Monday!
Hooray!
Look, the sun's still out.
Sort of, underneath, behind that tree. Yay.
Wait, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Ready?
Oh, wow, that was... So why'd you make me do that?
So you can see that I am off work and it is still sunny. Why? Because I work 2 hours. Yay!
Yay!
I'm off at 2.
Yay!
It is exciting.
Yes, it is.
But we'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Yeah, because I feel like crap right now. Because I stayed up till almost 10 o'clock last night and we got up at 4:30. And she went to bed at 8 o'clock like a responsible adult should.
Yep.
But we're too young to be responsible adults.
I'm a grandma.
She is a grandma. Anyway, we just left the post office. I didn't tell anybody in my other vlog yet, but I got a couple of photographs published in the Manzanita Journal. So we just mailed those in, and that's pretty awesome.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited. And we just took the car to go get it smogged because California's cool like that and has smog regulations, which really doesn't make a difference to anything. So now we're just walking around awesome Orangevale waiting for our car.
We're gonna go to Wal Mart.
And look at people. Pajama armor. She obviously has said what she said. Okay, so we're making meatballs?
Yes, we're gonna make stuffed meatballs.
What does that mean?
Well, I got this idea when we were at Safeway the other day renting a movie, and I saw like a picture. Yeah, I saw a picture of some food, and they had these meatballs that were like kind of cut open, and there was cheese coming out of them. And I was like, we could totally do that. Like, we'll get mozzarella cheese and make meatballs and form them around the mozzarella and make cheese meatballs. So that's what we're doing.
Hooray!
Yes, for dinner.
So now we're gonna ingredientize this, and then I get to squish it all together with my cold hands. You didn't get at the cheese when I told you to?
I was reading the census thing.
Liar!
I was reading the mail.
Whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna tape this. Cheese. Okay.
Okay, we'll come back in just a moment. Here we go. Basically, you get your meat, some onions, some breadcrumbs. Doesn't really matter what kind. I like the, can't really pronounce it because I'm an idiot. Contadina, whatever. Breadcrumbs are really good. Seasoned.
Contadina.
Whatever. Add in a little Italian seasoning, some salt, some pepper, and a couple of eggs, and garlic, which stuff has there. So we're going to add some stuff in now. Chef's going to crush in the garlic. Fresh garlic, I definitely think is better. It just tastes better, has a better flavor, way just better. Fresh stuff's better, always. And if you have fresh herbs, obviously that'll be a lot better, but I'm a lazy person, so I don't do fresh herbs usually. Okay, garlic. That's fine. Next, onions. What are you doing? I just said put the onions in.
I'm cleaning as I go.
Yeah, right. You throw in the onions. Really the worst part of doing meatballs is the squishing it together. Not because you get your hands dirty, but usually the meat's cold and it makes your fingers go numb. And I hate that. It's absolutely awful. Depending on how much you make will determine how many eggs you use. I usually use 2 eggs, but sometimes more. So this will be about 2 eggs. I think we'll go 2 eggs. Yeah, great. Put it in. Egg. Life. You can talk too. Oh, eggs. What was that?
I'm like Vanna White. I'm the silent, pretty assistant.
Oh, but Vanna White wears really pretty dresses. You're wearing... You're wearing your no nookie armor.
And my striped knee-high socks.
Woo! Those are sexy.
Okay.
Okay, throw in some breadcrumbs. And this you have to just kind of gauge, like put in some, more than that, keep going. Okay, so that's good. You'll probably have to add in more later after you get it mixed together. You just have to tell by kind of the texture of it. Once it gets like kind of drier and sticky together, that's really good, that's enough. You just put in some pepper and then we're gonna dash in some salt.
This is white pepper.
I think white pepper tastes better, it has less of a bite and more flavor. I don't know what you think.
I was gonna make a racist comment, but that's fine.
Oh, you're a terrible person. This
No,
is going on
just,
YouTube.
I know, it's just funny. No, the white pepper just has like, yeah, just a different flavor.
I like the flavor better.
Yeah.
It's not as hot, but it has, you see, you get more flavor for less power, I think. Oh yeah, and then some Italian seasoning, just because the breadcrumbs really aren't as seasoned as they like to pretend they are. Keep going. It'd be good if I filmed it. Okay, that's good. Now the wife's gonna take over, and I'm gonna mash the meat with my hands.
All right.
It's the worst part.
So.
I already washed them, so don't worry. I'm not like wiping my tush and then putting my hands in the meat. That'd be disgusting.
Well, they're not gonna eat it anyway.
True.
Maybe we like tush meat.
That's awful. That's like the worst thing I've ever heard. The amount of breadcrumbs you use too is kind of determined on how much egg and stuff you put in here. Because if I only put in 1 egg, I wouldn't need as much breadcrumbs to kind of balance out the moisture. But since we put in 2, I'm probably going to have to put in more breadcrumbs, which is totally fine. It just tastes good anyway. And this is all there is to it. And normally you just roll your balls out after this. But since we're going to be doing this around the cheese, I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I guess we're going to have to just cut off little chunks of cheese and then wrap the meat around it. I've never done it before, so I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to turn out. It's probably going to be pretty good.
I have cut the cheese. We have 12 cheese cubes here. I basically just cut them into like 1/2 inch by 1 inch chunks.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to make some bowls, and then Steph's going to make some bowls, and then we're going to have bowls. Okay, so here's my meat thing.
Yum.
It smells delicious. The more garlic, the better, I think. I love garlic. I think garlic makes any Italian dishness taste better. So, here we go. And your meatballs can be as big or as small as you want. You have to just bake them a little bit longer. So since we have this large amount of cheese, these meatballs are going to be kind of big, but they're going to be really good. And then just, kind of roll it into the shape that you want. Do a little tossing around, get the nice and packed, because you want to make sure that they're not too loose because they'll fall apart in the pan. I've had that happen before, and they kind of just crumble if they're not tight enough, and that's always disappointing and frustrating. So make sure that you get them kind of tightly packed, and there you go. And when you cook them, they're not going to end up being balls. They're going to be kind of squarey shaped. At least that's always been my experience, because maybe I just don't know how to make meatballs very well.
So how big would you say that ball is right there?
It's like 1.5 inches in diameter.
Okay.
About. I usually make them about 1 inch, but again, this is because we have the cheese. We need a little bit more meat, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. But they'll cook all the way through because it's not solid meat all the way through. But it's
and
just,
hopefully all the cheese inside will melt.
Well, even if the cheese doesn't melt, it's going to be there and it's going to taste awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, it's yeah, the bigger the meatball, the longer it takes to cook. So usually 1 inch in diameter about, so that they cook easily. You can even cook those, just fry them up on the stove. I like to fry them really quick, just brown them, and then bake them for 20 minutes or so. They are a lot better tasting and more evenly cooked than if you just fry them up. So anyway.
So we have made all the meatballs. Here they are, beauties.
Okay.
And then John has put olive oil in this skillet here.
Olive oil is the best kind of oil. Canola oil, vegetable oil, it's terrible. But olive oil, best flavor, best for you. And of course, extra virgin olive oil. It's the only way to go.
Okay, so we have the heat up on high.
Now, if you're going to be frying them and then baking them, do it on high so you can just brown them really quick. But if you're going to actually cook them just in the pan, do it like medium heat, medium low, so that way you're not burning the outsides and you're still cooking them. Why are you doing that?
I'm nodding because the viewers understand.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, just throw in your meat and cook it up. That's basically it. So we'll throw these balls in. And, yeah, I don't really know. Make sure you turn them, check them. I turn them with my fingers because I just think it's easier. You don't get like the punctures from the fork or spoon or whatever you're using, and they fall apart less. But you do kind of burn yourself sometimes, so do it at your own risk, I guess. Balls de meat. Yeah. And then I'll put the, what I like to do sometimes, which I'm not doing this time, but put, once I'm done frying them, I'm going to bake them, put a leaf, a whole basil leaf over each meatball, and then I put the lid I have.
Fresh basil.
Fresh basil, of course, yeah. So a whole leaf, so a whole basil leaf, it'll cover your meatball. And then I cook it with that on top, and that adds a really, really nice flavor. So, that's it. We'll show you the final product once we have all of our pasta and everything done, and it's going to be tasty.
The meatballs kind of exploded in the oven.
But like exploded awesomely.
Yeah, so here's what they look like.
Meatballs.
You can see the
cheese coming out there. That's cheese.
And here.
There's that one. That's all cheese in there.
So we baked the meatballs for 20 minutes on 350 in the oven. And then we made the pasta. We just used Prego sauce and Parmesan, freshly grated Parmesan, not the dried crumbly in the can.
Now I prefer Asiago cheese. I think it has a better flavor. It's just a little bit different. I just like it better because I'm weird.
So that is dinner, and we have garlic bread.
Yeah, garlic bread, which we made our own garlic butter, and then grilled them on just a grilling pan. I don't know what you call it. Just
like a griddle pan.
Yeah, a griddle pan, and then my salad, meatballs. So yeah.
Happy dinner.
Let it be known that in Estonia, we eat well. We may be poor, but we eat.